Hello again, everyone. This is Randy, your sewing machine man. I'm working at a little Singer Featherweight 221 model, and this is one of the white ones, celery ones from back in the 60s. Nice little machine. Probably one of the most desired ones is the white celery one. And this little guy here, I'll give you a couple helpful hints. If you buy one of these online and it arrives, you're like, now what do I got to do? I got to thread it up. I got to wind the bobbin. I got to get it going. Well, all those things have to be done absolutely properly. This little guy has to be threaded perfectly, and there's a guide on the side here that helps you do that. When you go to thread it, of course, step one is always raise the presser bar in the back, raise it up. That spreads the disc apart. Every machine's that way. Step one on threading any machine, raise the presser foot in the back, open the tension disc. So stick it in there, put it between the discs. That little guide sometimes help you slide it in. Get it between the discs, not in front, not in the back. It'll jam. I always hold the thread, pull it till it clicks. You hear a little click over the compressor kicking on there. Thread guide there. Right to left through the take-up lever. Thread guide there. And then going down to the needle, you got a thread guide. And you got a thread guide. And you got a thread guide. And what this last thread guide does is tell you a little helpful hint. It's on the right side. It's on the right side of the needle because this machine threads right to left. When you put the needle in, the needle has the flat side. All right. There is a flat side. See the flat side? Flat side on this one goes to the left. A lot of the machines that are side loads, the flat side goes to the right. Just about all of them except for a few Singers. So you push it all the way up in. Use a quality needle. Make sure it's new and not bent, not blunt. Push it all the way up in, thread it right to left. Always double check. Make sure the needle's in properly by running your thumb the length of the needle. You'll feel that groove the whole way. The left side doesn't have a groove. If you have it in correctly, the groove will be on the right. Now winding the bobbin, let's grab a bobbin here and wind a quick bobbin because the bobbin really needs to be wound properly. And it's good to have the right bobbin. Get a quality bobbin. Featherweight Shop sold this one. It's a nice quality bobbin because the specifications have to be on the money. This inside diameter has to be right. The outside diameter, the distance between the side walls, it all has to be perfect. It can't just be close or it will probably do the job. No, it's got to be perfect. So you get the right bobbin because if this hole in the center is too big, when you go to put it on the bobbin winder here, it won't snap on firmly. It's gotta be on there firm so you can wind it. Another helpful hint is make sure your bobbin winder, when you're not using it, is not up here. Don't carry it around in the case or anything like that. Don't ship it with this up. This will break off, and that's a disaster. Always bring it down as close as you can to the hand wheel. Lift it up a little bit so it's not in danger. See, that kind of protects it. So when you go to wind the bobbin, if you want to wind it, quality thread, step one is put it in the guide on the left-hand side right here. And over here you have another guide that helps you center the thread in the bobbin itself. You got a little notch at the bottom, little notch up there. So put it through there. Then you come up here to the bobbin itself, put it through the hole from right to left. Find the hole around the camera. There it is. Right to left. I always hold on to that because what we're going to do is have this cut loose on the side so it's not sticking out. You never want any thread sticking out on either side of your bobbin. You want your thread to be contained inside the bobbin itself so it doesn't cause a problem. Disengage your hand wheel. Hold on to this thread over here and it will actually put that on the hand wheel. See, it'll cut that flush on the left-hand side. It'll cut that thread. You'll have a little piece there. You hold on to this if you want to go real fast so it doesn't go flying. Get out of the groove. And you wind it, I would say out to at least halfway, if not more. The more you have on the bobbin, it's like a gear and a sprocket. The bigger it is, the slower it turns in the bobbin case. So when you get a bobbin that's halfway full, down to a quarter, down to almost empty, it'll behave differently than one that's full. So when you load that bobbin into the bobbin case, always make sure you have a quality bobbin case. If they come without a bobbin case, a lot of times you'll buy these online. They have everything it needs except for the bobbin case. Well, there's $125 if you get a genuine Singer. And a genuine Singer has the numbers stamped right down here, inscribed, rather, not stamped, right down here, 45750, right there, 45750. It'll say Semanco USA. If it doesn't say that, sometimes it'll be on the inside. But if you have that, you know it's a genuine Singer. If you don't get that, then get you one from the Featherweight shop, and their top of the line is a good reproduction, and it's a quality one. When you go in to load it up, as the bobbin case is facing you, you'll put your bobbin in, and you want it to be turning counterclockwise. Here's the little notch that the thread's going to go in right there next to that adjusting screw, and the thread comes up, slides in, and comes out the hole there, and you see it's turning counterclockwise. Back when we used to use clocks with hands and things on them. You hold that so it doesn't fall out. You snap it onto the post here in your hook assembly. Snap it right onto that post. Make sure it goes all the way in and fits flush so it doesn't jam. And there's a whole lot of things you can do wrong on a featherweight, and it'll jam immediately. They're very precise, very precision in this area down here. You want to put a drop of oil in this outside ring about every 2 bobbins. Take your bobbin case out, put a couple drops inside there where the outside runs around the bobbin case base. If you ever take your needle plate off, you got to screw up here, screw here, screw here. Take the needle plate off, clean around in there. But if you go to put it back together, always make sure that the little position bracket, this little ear right here, that little guy right there, make sure, put a little light on the subject, make sure right there that fits up inside the thread gap notch right here. Make sure it's in, and we put the needle plate back on, line that back up so it goes right over the top of that, so it's not spinning around down here. That holds that in place. And your thread is made up there. That's where your stitch rather is made, right there at the very top. So that's critical. That's put together correctly. Get them all the time where people say, I took it apart to clean it and now it won't sew. What in the world's going on? Well, they didn't put that back in the slot. Okay, bobbin case, needle plate, how to wind, how to thread. Now, your belt. These belts can be a problem if you don't get the right belt. Some of these new belts they're making are real heavy rubber coming out of China. This is not that bad. This almost looks original. You want it to be pretty thin. The Featherweight shop has a belt made especially for this. It works real well. You don't want it to be real tight. You want it to run as loose as it can without slipping. A lot of times, this little area right here, these 2 pieces flush together. That's usually with one of the regular belts is how those are going to end up together. So when you disengage this, it will run at a speed, and you'll notice that belt flops around a little bit. Got a lot of movement in it, but if it only bogs down when you grab the wheel, that's how you know you have it adjusted properly. That way it's not slipping. If it starts slipping when you're sewing, you may be sewing on something that's a little bit too heavy for it. So get the right belt. Featherweight shop's got one made especially for a featherweight. Even have them in different colors so it'll match the machine, black or the light color. So make sure you do that. Make sure it's adjusted properly, and make sure you wind the bobbin. Get a good bobbin case, and tension on 4, thread it with a presser foot up, A to Z, great little machine, but it doesn't have a whole lot of forgiveness. It'll even jam if you turn the hand wheel the wrong way. If you turn the hand wheel away from you to pick up the needle to get it out of the fabric, it'll jam. It's already making 1 stitch, and it's trying to make the second one. There's not enough tolerance down there for just 1 stitch at a time. So always turn the hand wheel towards you whenever you're raising it up to clear it out. A lot of little things you need to know, but it's a nice machine. In spite of it all, you'll get good at it, and you'll enjoy this machine immensely. Great little machine, Singer.